Prior to Modi, a lot of left-wing or Congress party leaders, many times they wouldn't go to like Hindu temples during campaign season. Rahul Gandhi goes to temples all the time. He gets made fun of for it because you can see he's clearly a bit disconnected and he doesn't know what he's doing. That's how you know you kind of won ideologically, when your opponent starts bending the knee. Modi may have to take a step back. How Hinduism is perceived in India. Prior to Modi, a lot of left-wing or Congress party leaders, many times they wouldn't go to like Hindu temples during campaign season. They wouldn't participate in a lot of Hindu rituals, even during, say, the inauguration of certain places. Traditionally in India, when you open a new building, you do like a little worship. It's called a puja, and you do a little ritual to sanctify it or something. A lot of times this wouldn't happen. It used to happen a bit before, but for whatever reason, the Congress party became the type of party to not try to engage in this stuff. They would call that secularism. But they would participate in minority rituals and stuff. This type of stuff is what really fueled Hindu nationalism in India. Now though, all across the board, all parties participate in this type of stuff. Like Rahul Gandhi goes to temples all the time. He gets made fun of for it because you can see he's clearly a bit disconnected and he doesn't know what he's doing. But he makes the effort, and that wouldn't have happened before. All opposition candidates pretty much do this. They're trying to, in many ways, out-Hindu the BJP. That's how you know you kind of won ideologically, when your opponent starts bending the knee. Like I said, again, Ram Mandir is another great example. Most opposition parties were against it. Even many still boycotted it. But the reason they provided for boycotting the inauguration was that, oh, this is a political event. We revere Lord Ram, but we can't participate in this. We're always for Ram Mandir and stuff like this. So you see the opposition bending the knee. That being said, the biggest danger to, I think, Hindutva or Hindu nationalism is something I call jatitva. And it comes from that word jati, that caste. Like I said, that rubber band effect, that snapback, that's real. Like right now, Rahul Gandhi and the opposition, their kind of plan is like, hey, we need to agitate the lower sections of Indian society. As India develops, it is becoming more, unequal. That's how developing countries work. And also now there's social media and people see what rich Indians are doing. People see the wealth on their phones when they're in, this little like 4x4 shack. And they're like, why is that not me? Those type of visuals, I don't think were there before in India. And I think that does change people psychologically. And even when I was traveling in India, I traveled for a few months and I talked to people in slums or drivers or on ground in villages and stuff. There was starting to be a palpable anger against like, hey, are we being left behind? The country's moving forward, but I see all these people, they're enjoying it way more than me. Now there is on the opposition side, and I think Modi will address this in term 3. He's gonna have to do a bunch of freebies too, I think, and solve some of this, unequal pain. But on the opposition side, they are pushing back against Hindutva or Hindu nationalism with this idea of, hey, we are our caste first. And Hindutva or Hindu nationalism, it's a conspiracy or it's a swindle, trick us into buying into this myth of Hindu unity. And our caste is going to be less well off if we buy into this Hindu unity because, it's actually for the other caste. And they kind of do this with almost every caste. So it's like it's a crazy thing where every caste gets pissed off, but it's mostly focused. I think it mostly resonates with lower caste or caste that's being left behind. That's definitely something happening in the election that could be a threat to this, Overton shift, where Modi may have to take a step back. And you even see that nowadays where he's starting to mention his own caste. He's a OBC or other backwards class or caste, I think. Before, he used to never really mention that. That's the biggest bureaucratic caste grouping in India. Before, he never used to mention that, but now he's starting to put up that shield and be like, hey, I'm, if you want to talk about lower caste, I'm the biggest lower caste. Or I'm the biggest leader of lower caste India's ever seen, or at least in modern times. So he's going to have to dance a bit. But I think on a net 2 steps forward, 1 step back, India is moving towards Hindu nationalism and Hindutva as like a core ideology.